Massive bit of win, the King of Champions. The last one's done in his Cuban. He does the job that he needs to do and get that fight on the exit. Absolutely brilliant.
We just witnessed the greatest moment in world history as an esport. It was absolutely incredible.
Overcome the biggest team to win the Intel Extreme Mountain.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is HDPhoenix. I'm joined by my beautiful co-caster, KellyMilkies, and this is going to be an explosive match. It's going to be GGFight here in the 7 o'clock position as the blue Terran, and once again we have aLtAaron as the teal Protoss here in the 2 o'clock position, and we are on Xel'Naga Caverns. What do you think, Kelly? What do you think they're going to open up with? And
sorry, I'm facing some technical difficulties. You go first.
Okay, so now the thing is on this map, right, because it is so wide open, and if you just watch the GSL, you basically watched Marine King Prime abuse the mobility of this map, is because you do have a back route into the base from here. You can swing in from the right, you can swing in from the left. There's also this other choke. So if GGFight decides to play more bio, you know, maybe he's inspired by Marine King Prime, he does have the map advantage. But it's going to really come down to Aaron, see whether or not he's going to play like Huck, where he's going to go force fields, because this map is fantastic for force fields for the exact same reasons. These pathways are very narrow chokes. Like anytime if a marine ball or a tank ball tries to push into that, and if Aaron gets these choice force fields, then he's just going to slice the opponent's army in half and just dominate that. So
yeah, but GGFight has a lot of good Protoss. GG is actually full of good Protoss. That's the ironic thing. A lot of people in GG is here actually has quite a number of Protosses that are in the Master League, and almost all of them were rank 1 diamonds in their own respective league before the patch. So he would have a way to deal with Protosses based on the fact that he's gonna be practicing a lot. He's gonna move his Terrans, he's gonna move his SCV to a weird place, so he's gonna check if there's any proxy. A really good move by him shows that he's gonna be a careful player. So I'm sure we're gonna see some excellent play from him. Here comes a pro from Aaron to see what he's up to. So he's from my clan. I would want to support him. I'll keep the bias to the minimum, but you have seen how he won against Alternate Oxygen, who actually got 3rd place in BlizzCon Invitational last year. So we're definitely going to see some really good fights for him, because Oxygen also won SSL, right?
Yep, he certainly did. He won SSL December. And this probe sees everything he wants to see. I really do like this play by GGFight, because he's being extremely careful, checking in the top corner, making sure there's no kind of proxy pylons. Yeah,
very careful.
Being very, very safe. And actually, early Marine coming out, and then this Marine is also being very safe to check. And basically, the probe saw what he wanted to see. He saw the gas. He stole his own gas, and then he ducks it out of there. Meanwhile, this SCV is actually punching this gateway. It's going to take 1,000,000 years to drill that thing down. But, actually, Aaron does not want it. He's going to review. Actually, he's going for second gas. So, I mean, GGFight should be ready for this. He knows there's not going to be any kind of early pressure. It's going to just be 2 gas into Cyber Core. And then when you have 2 gas, you just don't have the probes on minerals to get out of.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's your turn.
He's currently losing out his Stalker, so I think he's gonna go for aggressive play. He wants to deny any scouting. I think he's gonna go for some Void Ray. I think he's gonna go for Void Ray units. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go for Stargate and going for Void Ray push.
Well, that's the thing, because you know when you go for that very, very early gas, it does open up a lot of options. If you're Huck, and then the name of the game is force fields. So you're going to get out a lot of early sentries, but double gas also allows you to go early Twilight Council. It also allows you to go for a 3-gate push, and it looks like going to be a 3-gate push. This probe is actually hiding. Sneaky probe. And, I mean, he could catch the Terran completely off guard, because he is actually fast expanding off 1 rack, so there is a very, very tiny window that this 3-gate pressure could actually just crush GGFight right here, and we could see a very, very early exit. Like, I mean, what do you think, Kelly? Do you think Aaron is going to go for this?
Like I say, both of them are really careful players, and if you see, well, he's going to get a fast expansion, and I'm not sure if he's able to support that. Aaron can easily transit to 4-gate if he wants to, but he's building 3 gateway, so I'm pretty sure he's going to drop down a starport soon. I think he's going to just stick to his plan, because that's the build that he's most comfortable with. 3 gateway and 1 starport.
Yeah, absolutely, but I really, really, really like this play by GGFight. He is making a Reaper. Reapers are so good for scouting, because they're basically a moving scan. And they only cost... Oh, and this is brilliant. GGFight is actually going to move out here to the watchtower. He might actually want to do some early pressure. And while the pressure is in the front, he's going to be able to slip his Reaper behind. But look at that. Aaron already knows, like instinctively knows this, and he already has a Stalker in place. And this Stalker is going to deny any kind of sight from this Reaper. This Reaper is going to come up here and is going to get shot in the face by this Stalker. GGFight with good control there. As soon as he... I said, oh, and he actually... Oh, never mind the Xel'Naga watchtower. And it does look that Aaron is going to be inspired by a Huck. He's going a Huck. What do you think, Kelly?
Well, I mean, Huck used that to beat our best player in SEA. He just went for like seven sentries and force field himself. Even if he's not confident of fighting it, he just uses the force field to cover himself, cover his own ass. And based on the choke on this map, force fields are so imbalanced against any race, except of course if it's a Protoss versus Protoss map. He's gonna push his... This is actually a really good engagement. He's gonna push his Stalker Sentry. He's able to do so much damage. If he's able to catch any of GGFight army, and if GGFight loses his army, he's definitely going in for the mineral line and going in for the kill. But he has 3 barracks, so that is good enough to counter against a 3 gate. And he's going for a Robo. He's not a Stargate this time. You disappoint me, Aaron.
No,
I thought we practiced this.
Actually, he's just here for the contain. Look, these sentries are brimming with energy. If I was going to use a champion line, brimming. He's brimming with energy. And basically, as soon as his army tries to come down this ramp, he's just going to contain him. So Aaron is pretty much using this army to, like, he's just making probes non-stop. Looking at the production tab, yeah, Robo Bay and probes non-stop, and he's just going to get that economic advantage. He is already 36 harvesters over 27, and yeah, GGFight is continuing to make SCVs. That's great, you know, but the thing is he's stuck on one base, and right now in his arsenal, he just does not have medvacs to get out of his base. He doesn't have Ghost to EMP this sentry, and essentially he is stuck. If he comes down this ramp, he's going to get half his army cut off, and
yeah, so he can expand. What he can do is expand to the 9 o'clock position, though. That's what one of the GSL players did. He expanded to the 9 o'clock position. So that wouldn't be such a big problem. It's just that his army size is not big enough to defend anything at all. Not even his main base if GGFight actually goes for the push right now. He should be more aggressive, and he should actually try to go in and try to bait Aaron out, but he's not doing that. He's just playing it safe because he already has his expansion up and running. Looking at the harvesters count, we have 44 harvesters for Aaron and 33 harvesters for GGFight. So I think, you know, GGFight is definitely oversaturated in his base right now. He's desperately thinking of a way to actually expand, but just float your Orbiter Command off. He's gonna want to
he's trying to bait the force fields, yeah.
Yeah, both of them are like baiting each other. But the force fields, he has so much energy, that just means that, you know, one of his sentries can cast like 4 force field at any time. So he has to be really careful not to be caught up like that.
Now, you know what? I feel like I'm watching GSL again because this is such a Huck playstyle, and this is such a Marine King playstyle. I know there's too many Marauders, but this is such a heavy bio army. He has 4 barracks, pumping out constant units. He is going to swap with the factory for the start port, so he's going to get medvacs out here, and this contain is going to end very, very quickly. Actually, aLtAaron instinctively knows that the medvacs is going to... That's pretty much the only way you can exit the base. So he's going to get an observer out there, and he basically looking on the Aaron cam. Yeah, on the Aaron camp, he sees everything. So he knows that this contain is going to be over pretty soon, but he's already swapping into Colossus tech. The first Colossus is on the way. He's saving all his chrono boosts on his Nexus, and once he gets medvacs, then Aaron's going to be like, okay, contain's over, and he pushes back, but he's already so far ahead. Like, look at that. 55 harvesters on 2 base. And essentially, yeah, here comes the first medvac, here comes the drop, and I think Aaron's just going to pull back after this.
He sees it, though. He has that observer there, so he does see it, so... I'm not really sure that's gonna do much, but I don't know why Aaron backs off, because I look at the army tab, even though they are very much similar, the fact that he has actually 2 base which is really saturated and up and running should give him the security blanket that he is able to replenish his army faster than GGFight should. GGFight can.
Absolutely, dear. But you must remember that aLtAaron only has 5 gateways right now, which is quite substantial. But remember, a bio army does excellent against any kind of Protoss gate units, especially with any kind of medvac support. You really do need your tier 3 units. It's very unfortunate that Protoss is that style. If you want to deal with really mass bio, especially a very heavy Marauder army, you do need that Colossus. So Aaron is playing very, very safe. He knows he's ahead. If I'm going to use our Artosis line, if you're ahead, stay ahead. Get more ahead. So he's playing really, really, really safe. I know. After I started watching GSL, I'm like ripping people's lines off.
The yeah, I know, but whatever. The SCVs are like, the SCVs are so funny. I see them spread out on the natural, and they're like, yes, I'm free now. I don't have to live in a cluster place. I don't live in third world country. I was gonna say, I don't live in a third world country anymore.
This is downtown Singapore, right here.
Yeah.
And
they're like sweating to death on the main base, all of them clustering together.
This is
and
HDB.
You know, Fight actually can now safely expand to another officer command and still be completely saturated for that based on the amount of SCVs he has. I mean, he has 53 SCVs and 63 probes for Aaron, so both of them are in a good situation to actually expand right now. 144 foot for the Protoss player up against 133 foot. So even this match, except for the fact that Aaron was actually, you know, up on economy-wise, so he's gonna take the goal right now, and he has Colossus, so he's not going to fear anything. I would really like to see some Phoenixes throw into play to take down the Medivacs. It is actually more useful because Medivacs is so important in a bio build, and looks like GGFight is just gonna fully commit to a MMM build.
Absolutely, and Phoenixes are really, really good also to tank for your Colossus, because unless you micro your Vikings, the Vikings are going to shoot the closest thing to it, and it's going to be the Viking. But I really don't like the positioning of Aaron. He really should be putting his army in the chokes. Right here is a good place to fight. He is going to just use a single Guardian Shield. You want to put your army in the choke such that when you do engage, you can force field. Right now, he's right out in the middle. The Bio Ball can spread out very, very evenly, and the thing is I'm really concerned for GGFight, because the thing is if you're going tier 1, mass tier 1, then you're going to have to be very, very heavy on your harass, use the mobility of your army, but he's not using any of it. He's not doing any drops, he's not doing any snips, and he's just letting the Protoss just crash ahead with, he's getting charged now, weapons 2, or weapons 1, and he has 3 Colossus. Here comes the big fight. I don't like this place. The place is very, very wide open. We need to see if some force use. The force use cut the army in half, but it's just too many Colossus at the back, and it's just tearing these Marauders apart. The 2 single Vikings are being focus fired, and even Bling coming in.
Good Bling.
GG. I mean, I think this is
GG
it.
Fights GG, yeah. He got, I mean, you know, that's actually the best place to engage a Protoss because of the choke area, but the thing is his army wasn't strong enough. It was just, he should have seen that the Protoss was going for Colossus, so he should have went for more Vikings. Instead, he invested so much in Medivacs, which couldn't even heal the Bio Ball enough as the Colossus was burning through it. So instead of actually investing in the Medivac, he could have invested in Vikings. I would think that's a better unit composition. Plus, he was contained in his base for so long. I mean, a race which is supposed to contain gets contained instead. That's gonna be pretty hard to break out of.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say on the strategy side, I think GGFight lost the advantage because he, in the beginning, Terran with the Marauder, with concussion shells, you can basically decimate any kind of early gateway units. But he kept his units inside the base. So once those 5 or 6 sentries parked themselves outside the base, he really had no way to get out until he got medvacs. And by the time he got medvacs, Aaron was just like churning probes out like mad, and then even getting the gold. And even then, GGFight didn't push out. So by the time, you know, he eventually got engaged, he had 3 Colossus, and it was just not enough. Okay, that's awkward because we have screaming school kids in the background, and we have Pikachu stomach on your stream.
He doesn't have a stomach, okay? He's skinny. You're gonna put him in a sexy position.